Hi, everyone. So, welcome to the live stream today as we really continue with our discussion for the ICA November 2021 examination. You are welcome. It's been a while since I jumped on the live stream with you guys, but hey, we will put in a couple of things together in that case. And I see some of you guys coming up. You are welcome. Give us a thumbs up on the video when you join. Share the video. Let us reach as many students as possible. But this is going to be a Q&A session. So make sure that you comment in the chat, comment in the comment section. Any questions you have for me, things you would want me to share my thoughts on as we prepare for the examination. And we have about 4 weeks to go from now for the examination. And I hope that you are studying, you're doing well in that case. So give us a thumbs up on the video, share the video. Let's go into it for today. Now, we are actually going to be starting with our revision session here on the live stream on YouTube as well as on Facebook and also on LinkedIn as we continue with our discussion. And we want to look at the issues that you would want us to share our thought on specifically during the revision sessions. So put in the comment section key areas that you would want me to sort of share my thought on. If there are any questions that you have, put it in the chat for me. What would you want us to cover? Don't give me subjects, give me topics during our revision sessions as I take notes of these things, because from tomorrow we're going to be going into our revision session and I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and teaching you live on various things in that case. So let me know. Put in the comment section, put in the chat box, anything that you would want me to share my thought on as we begin our revisions in that case. Edu Jomo, I see you. You are welcome to the live stream. Then Abdul Basit Jibilu said, what I think you got this, I think with an emoji there in that particular case. Let me know if there are any questions you have. Put them in the chat for me. Put them in the comment section for me. As I share some thought with you real quick. Okay. Now, so as we prepare for the examination and also work around our revision for the exams, there are a number of things that you need to pay attention to, a number of things that you need to know about. I mentioned this, on a live stream that I did on Instagram. And for those of you who joined me on Instagram, you saw it. But a number of things that you need to take note of and be knowledgeable about is the fact that now you are going to be in a position where you will be preparing for the examination, and then you have to start to look at the key areas, the critical areas that we need to look out for. I see some of you guys joining. You are welcome. Put in the comment section, put in the chat box what you would want me to be discussing on the revision session as we start with our live stream revision sessions. What would you want me to talk about? What topics would you want me to cover? What specific areas in topics that you would want me to even share my thought on as we go into the discussion in that case. Now, a number of things that you need to understand is that Now, at this point, since we have about 4 weeks to go, in that case, there are a couple of things that you need to take into consideration, because that is very critical and that is very basic in that case. Number one is, like I keep on saying all the time, you must make sure that you really pay attention to the key areas of the syllabus that you need to focus on in that case. Let's see. Kweku Boatin said, "Hello, sir. Watching you live from Fanchinebra." Okay, thank you for joining us, Fanchinebra. Wow, so that's the name of a town. That's a nice name. It's like bring salt. So it's like bring your own salt. We have our soup already. You better bring your own salt in that case. Thank you for Kweku for joining us. Really appreciate you joining us on the live stream today on YouTube. So at this point, you must have an idea of the critical areas of the syllabus, and then how you can really spread your wings and also understand how those areas actually add up together in that case. Now, if you are doing something like public sector accounting and finance, you know that there is going to be a question in the exam hall on the IPSAS. You know there is going to be something relating to the final account. You know that there is something going to be relating to ratios. These are done deal areas. You know, there are some things that's going to be on PPP, public-private partnership arrangements. So as you are learning at this point, you want to make sure that you are taking out those things, you are taking out those things, you are taking out those things one after the other, because that is how you'll be able to actually position yourself to pass the exams. That's how you're going to position yourself to actually pass the exam in that case. Now, I see a comment coming in from Al Hassan Sadiq said, good evening, sir. Thank you for your mentorship program. You are a blessing to many of us. I have a question about consolidation. Can I share with you, boss? Yeah, let me know. You can put it in the chat. As like, it should be specific question. I hope it's not the whole thing, but the way you are saying, can I share with you? It's like a whole document you are coming to share. I don't know. Whatever it is, ask if it is a specific question. You can put it in the comment section and I will answer it for you. Al Hassan Sadiq in that case. So by now, you should identify those key areas of the syllabus that you need to focus on to increase the chances of actually passing the exams in that case. Then let's say you are doing financial reporting. If you are doing financial reporting, you know definitely there's going to be a question on ethics. You know definitely there's going to be a question on ratios, interpretation of ratios. You know definitely there's going to be a question on standards, a standard related question, and also the final accounts question. Then you know there's going to be a question on the consolidated financial statements. Now, these are done deal areas. So you have to make sure that you perfect the act on how you can deal with the issue about ethics. You perfect the act on how you can deal with ratios. You perfect the act on how you can deal with majority of the standards. Now, one of the questions I get is, Nhyira, the standards are a lot. Which of the standards should I learn? Learn all of them because they are all critical. And the most interesting aspect is that the standards are not independent. Do you understand it? The standards are interconnected with each other. So that if you are doing IAS 16, there's a relationship with that in IAS 37 provisions. If you are doing IFRS, say 16, there's a relationship with that in IAS 37. So the standards are not independent, the standards are interrelated. So if you note and understand that the accounting standards are interrelated and I don't have to learn them individually, then you are in a better position to actually pass the exams in that case. So what I would tell you is that is financial reporting. Whether you like it or not, there are going to be questions coming in from these areas. In order for you to position yourself to actually pass the exams, the only solution you have, or the only thing you can do and you must do, is to be able to really focus and study the standards. Don't pick and choose. Don't say, IFRS 9 is difficult. IFRS 15 is difficult. IAS 12 is difficult. No. What if it's in the exam hall? What are you going to do? So it is in your own interest to actually understand some of them. And the good news is that we have content on the YouTube channel covering most of the standards. Almost everything you need to pass the financial reporting exams is available on our YouTube channel. The accounting standards, we've covered almost all the accounting standards. There are a number of them that we've not covered, but we've covered almost all the basic accounting standards that you must know about. IAS 37, there is a video there. IFRS 15, there is a video there. There is a video on IAS 12. We have videos on IFRS 9. We have videos on IAS 23, IAS 20, IAS 40. So the contents are available. You must make sure you understand that. But most importantly, understanding the relationships that exist between them, that is going to be very critical. That is going to be very basic in that particular case. I see a comment coming in from Abdul Basik said, "Good evening, sir. Please, I would like you to tackle a topic on the topic analyzing financial statements." Okay, so analysis of financial statements. Now, I have covered this partly already on the channel, so you can check on the channel. I did a 2-part video on evaluation of financial statements already. You can check the playlist and you can find that already on the channel even before, so that on my live stream I'll be maybe solving a question and providing you with specific guidelines and blueprints in that case. So if you check my channel, I mean, we've done something on ratios. You can check the playlist to get access to that content even before I covered it again with practice questions. But I have it here. I'm writing it down as part of my questions here. I see some of you guys joining. If you join, give us a thumbs up on the video. But most importantly, put in the comment section any questions you have for me, and also what you would want me to cover as we begin our revision masterclass here on the live stream for the November 2021 examination. I'm still in the past, for the November 2021 examination. So put in the comment section the topics you would want me to cover on some of these things as we prepare ourselves. So like I said, you need to identify those key areas. Let's say you are writing management accounting. You definitely have to identify those basic areas in management accounting. Whether I like it or not, there is going to be a question on short-term decision making where you're going to be using the marginal costing principle. So if you're writing management accounting, the marginal costing principle is something you must understand. Absorption costing is something you need to understand. Activity-based costing, it is something you need to understand. These are basic principles. These are basic concepts in that particular case. So you must understand the absorption costing principle, the marginal costing principle, the activity-based costing principle. Why is that? Because all the short-term decisions, relevant costing analysis, make or buy decision, limiting factor analysis, throughput accounting ratios, all of these short-term decisions, one way or the other, you're going to be using the principle from marginal costing. If you get to variance analysis, there is a marginal costing part of variance analysis there in that case. How is that? Because the examiner could ask you to calculate the profit generated by the entity from, say, the issue about sales volume margin variance, or the overhead variance. The way we compute the overhead variance is dependent on whether the entity is using marginal costing or the entity is using absorption costing. So you must understand these principles because they are going to be basic when it comes to dealing with management accounting. So to position yourself to pass the exams for management accounting, these concepts, you must know them off head. You must know everything about marginal costing. You must know everything about absorption costing, over absorption, under absorption. Then you must know the concept about activity-based costing. Why? Because these principles are going to be somehow applied whilst you are solving the management accounting question. Then we go to the major things. There is going to be question on budgeting. There's going to be question on variance analysis. There's going to be question on performance evaluation. There's going to be question on short-term decisions. Then there will be some other questions trooping in from other aspects of the syllabus. The question is, you know the topics will be there. So what do? Study everything around the topic. Spend time to study everything around the topic. That's very critical. That's very basic in that case. Then I see a comment coming in from Kennedy Onyango said, hi, Premium, kindly spot consolidated financial position. Okay, so consolidated financial position. Now we did, I think, a 4-part session on consolidated financial statements not long ago, just about, I think, 2 months ago or so. So you can check it on the channel. I have done video on this. Possibly we will solve some questions in addition to this in that case. But on the channel, we have some content there, which I did like 2 months ago, consolidated financial statement. I think it was a 6-part or a 4-part series or so that I did on consolidated financial statement. So you can check that out, Kennedy, already, so that later on, as we continue with our revision, I'll be solving some questions in this case. From the Pearl of Africa, Uganda. Okay, you're welcome. So that is the issue there. So at this point, what am I saying? At this point, what I'm saying is that you need to identify those key areas. You need to identify those basic areas, because whether you like it or not, there will be questions coming in from there. Now, I see some of you guys joining. You are welcome. There's our live stream session to prepare us for our revision masterclass starting tomorrow on the live stream here on Facebook, on YouTube, as well as on our LinkedIn page. So put in the comment section, put in the chat box if whatever topics you would want me to cover on the live stream. So if there is any topic that you don't understand, anything you don't have idea on that you would want me to share my thought on the live stream from tomorrow, put it in the comment section, put it in the chat for me. That will help us, because I'm putting those topics together, and then we're going to be solving live questions on the live stream in that case. And give us a thumbs up on the video when you join as well. It helps us a lot to promote the channel in that case. Okay, so Kennedy Onyango is bringing up another thing, that is share-based payment. Okay, that's IFRS 2. Share-based payment, IFRS 2. All right, that's great. We're going to be looking at that as we continue. Going to look at that as we continue. So if you have any questions, any topics, put it in the chat for me. Stephen Aguma said, hello, sir. Watching live from Bamboy. Okay. Shout outs to you. Thank you for joining us, Stephen. Hope that you're doing well. Put in the chat, put in the comment section for me topics you would want me to cover, areas that you would want me to focus on for you as we prepare and do the countdown for the ICA November 2021 examination in that case. Then I'm seeing another comments coming in from YouTube. Bukola Oyokanmi, forgive me if I don't mention your name right, okay? Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for your mentorship program. Please, I need areas of concentration on financial reporting. Okay. Bukola, I think I've mentioned this over and over again, but if you are going into a financial reporting exams, number one, ethics is going to be very critical in that case. I don't know which exam you are writing, because your name sounds Nigerian though, but I don't know the detail about your financial reporting Nigerian paper well, but ethics is going to be critical. Then ratios, you got to make sure you understand how to interpret the ratios, not just compute them, but how to interpret. Now, even the computation, to some extent, you need to even pay attention to it. Recently in our CRFR masterclass that I'm having, we did a ratio, and we have to adjust the financial statement given to us even before we compute the ratios. And some of the students were taking a bag. They were like, yo, Nhyira, I don't think I would like this question in the exam hall. So even when it comes to the computation of the ratios, you got to be careful, because there are circumstances under which the examiner may request that you actually adjust the financial statement before you compute the ratios, or do some adjustment to the figures before you compute the ratios. So ratios will be critical. And then number 3, the conceptual framework and regulatory framework. Definitely in every FR question, there is going to be something relating to that. Then the good old accounting standard. The accounting standards: IAS 16, IAS 37, IFRS 15, IFRS 9, IAS 36, impairment of assets, and all those critical accounting standards. You must know about them. Okay, you must know about them in that case, and that's how you actually position yourself to pass the exams in that case. That's how you position yourself to pass the exams in that case. So Bukola, if you ask me areas of concentration on financial reporting: ratios, ethics, accounting standards, and then consolidation. And that's very, very critical, and that's very basic. And if you really spend time on these well, understand them very well, financial reporting shouldn't be a problem for you in that case. Angela Bernard said, been watching your videos from my MSAC, and I'm glad to say I come from nothing to a pro, just learning from you. Wow, that's great to hear. That's great to hear, Angela Bernard. You come from nothing to a pro. God abundantly bless you. Hello from Uganda. All right, Angela Bella, thank you very much. And we hope that you will continue to get some valuable content on the channel, and wishing you the best as you prepare for your examination in that case. Nayan Gupta said, hope you are doing great, like Elon Musk said. Yes, I'm doing well. Thank you very much, Nayan, and I hope that you are also doing well. Okay, Elon is my inspiration. All right, that's great to hear. Nayan, the last time you mentioned you were writing an FR exams. How was your results? How did it go? Let me know. Did you take the exams? How was the results? And what are you planning to do now as you continue with your examination? Let me know, Nayan, in the chat about that. So you need to know those key areas. Once you know those key areas, go in there and work hard. Go in there and work hard. Now, let me also say that you don't need to solve gazillion number of questions to go past the exams. Because some of you think, oh, if I can solve from 1963 to 2022, even though we are not in 2022, then I will pass the exams. No, you can solve 1 million questions and still go into the exam hall and fail. As a matter of fact, the more questions you solve, the more frustrated you become 99.9% of the time. The reason is that you have to first spend time to understand the basic principles and the basic concepts. If you spend time to understand the basic principles and the basic concepts that underline what you are studying, then if you pick the question, you will be able to have the muscle, the capability to solve the question, so that you'll be happy at the end of the day. Because if you pick one question, you can't solve it. You look at the solution, oh, I understand. You pick another question, you can solve it. You look at the solution, oh, I understand. You are actually deceiving yourself at the end of the day and not doing anything productive for yourself in that case. So what I would say is that you don't need to, yes, you must solve more questions, but you don't need to solve like gazillion number of questions before necessarily you pass the exams. It's about understanding the basic principles, the basic concepts. Then you can now expose yourself to a number of questions. And as you expose yourself to a number of questions to try to solidify what you're learning, then you can pass the exams in that case. Let me also say that if you are solving questions, like I tell you, don't just look at the past questions from the ICA, because the past questions from the ICA is not an indication of what the examiner is likely to bring in the next examination sitting or diet. So look at the revision kit or the question kit from the ICA, get some ACCA questions coming in, then get questions from other sources, because these are all things that will help you in order for you to pass the examination and become successful in that case. So that is what I would say to you. I see some of you guys joining. You are welcome. Please put in the comment section or the chat box any questions you have for me. But most importantly, what would you want me to cover on the live stream as we begin with our revision session tomorrow? What would you want me to cover? What topic would you want me to share my thought on in that case? So put it in the comment section, put it in the chat box so that I can give you some, we can plan that revision session very well and deal with specific issues as you require in that case. All right. Bukola said, thanks so much, sir. Always a pleasure. Al Hassan Sadiq said, if there is difference in depreciation during consolidation by the parent entity, such as from 8 years by the subsidiary to 6 years by the parent, I don't understand what you are writing, Al Hassan Sadiq. Or maybe you've not finished writing and you accidentally sent it. I don't know. Check that out again. Nayan Gupta said, I had completed skilled level in March 2021. Thanks. I am at a professional level preparing for SBR, AAA, FM together for December attend because I had given AFM in, couldn't clear. Oh, okay. Wow, that's fine. That's fine. SBR, AAA, AFM together. Wow, that's some tough work together in December. I hope that you are learning well and wishing you all the best, Nayan, as you continue with your professional level exams in that case. I see some of you guys joining. You are welcome. Put in the chat in the comment section for me any questions you have for me. What would you want us to cover on the live stream? What would you want me to teach live on the live stream? What kind of questions you would want me to cover on the live stream? Put all on the chat for me, because I've received analysis of financial statements. I've received consolidated financial position. I've received how do we call it? Share-based payments, IFRS 2 so far. These are the things that I've got. All financial reporting and corporate reporting related. So the other subjects, I don't know. Maybe people are not too excited about it. Nayan said, and in September attempt couldn't able to give due to technical issue. I have good grip on AFM. So now preparing for AFM, AA, SBR for December attempt. So, okay, that's fine. That's fine. So wishing you all the best as you prepare for the exams. Make sure that you understand really the scope of the SBR paper and how the questions are going to be structured. Something about ethics going to be there. Something about the accounting standards in the scenario. Then certainly the consolidation, complex group structure, calculating goodwill, and know how to pick the questions up in that particular case. So I think that when you do these, you will be okay. Is it good for me to give 3 professional papers, considering my above points? Yeah, I don't know, but from now to December, that's how long? That's 2 months, I guess. No, October, November. Yeah, that's about 2 months. If you will get time to really go through the materials and study well, yeah, you should be able to go through, since you already have some grip and understanding on AFM. That means you are focusing on AAA and then SBR. And AAA and SBR have some relationship very well. So if you're able to spot out that relationship between AAA and then SBR, then I think you should be good in that particular case. But it could still be analyzing to see, because these 3 papers is a lot of work, in my opinion, though. But if you have the capacity, you don't have a lot of things on your plate, you can get a time to be able to study, then why not? You can go for it in that regard. You can really go for it in that case. So that is what I would say there, Nayan, for you there. Okay. So, like I mentioned, the key issues, you must just understand them. Once you understand those key issues of the syllables and the key areas you have to focus on, then you will be able to pass the exams. Tips about AAAs. AAA, Advanced Audit and Assurance, definitely there is going to be something relating to audit acceptance, audit planning, and risk assessment. So that is a critical area you have to focus on in the syllabus as you go ahead in the exams. Audit acceptance, audit planning, and then risk assessment. That is very critical in the AAA syllabus. So you're going to definitely have a question on that. Now, when we talk about the audit acceptance, we are referring to the pre-acceptance procedures you have to undertake if it is a traditional audit or it's an assurance, a non-assurance service like audit of prospective financial statements, or it's a group audit, or if you are doing joint audit, or maybe you are dealing with a transnational audit, or yes, in that particular case. So it's going to be there. Then the audit planning aspect, risk assessment is going to be very critical in there. 2 is the issues about ethics. Definitely ethics is a huge aspect, so the examiner is going to be splurging some points on you on ethics in that case. Then 3, it's about reporting, because at the end of the day we need to issue the auditor's report, so you must understand the impact of issues like subsequent events, going concern, written representation. So subsequent event, going concern, written representation, how do we look at that during our audit, and how does that affect the kind of auditor's reports that we issue or the opinion that we express? Remember that you will not be asked to prepare the auditor's report, but an excerpt of the auditor's report may be required based on the part of the question that we are looking at. So if there is going concern issues or something is material and pervasive, what kind of opinion must we express? So that the reporting aspect is going to be critical as well in that particular case. So audits, pre-acceptance, audit planning and risk assessment, ethics, critical, then reporting, very critical at the end of the day. Then certainly there are other issues that the examiner could bring questions on, like money laundering, like auditors liability, like quality control or quality control or quality assurance, ICAG 1. That is very basic as well in the audit exams. So the examiner would definitely or could bring something about that, and notes that when it comes to the quality of the audit, the firm has a responsibility, then the engagement partner has its responsibility as well when we are dealing with audit. So these are some of the things that I can generally deal with. And then definitely audit procedure and audit evidence. Definitely audit procedure and audit evidence. Definitely there's going to be a question on audit procedures, on audit evidence that the examiner is going to throw at you, and you have to be on the lookout to answer that. So Nayan Gupta, that is what I would say there for advanced audit and assurance, and how or what you should expect in the exam. Or for that reason, the areas you have to focus on, questions you got to solve in order for you to pass the exams. Nayan said, how to better at interpretation skill is in less time, as exams are time precious. Thanks for your indeed reply. Tons of thanks to you, sir. Okay, so interpretation in less than, I'll be talking about some of this later in our revision session as we continue from tomorrow. So I'm adding this to my topic. I'm going to talk about that. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this later on in our revision in that case. Okay. So that is it about that. Wanted to just notify you about the fact that, hey, we are really going to be getting into our revision sessions and seeing how we can go through those sessions and a few things that you will be looking out for the exams as we really prepare to pass the exams in that case. So subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed to the channel, and click the bell notification icon. Remember to follow me on Instagram as well, because the discussion for each day will be posted on my Instagram page. And if it relates to something that you are going to be doing, then you can join me on the live stream. So I'm going to conclude around here today. Thank you very much for joining me. And tomorrow, same time, we're going to meet and we're going to be starting with some specific issues that we need to look out for based on some of the concerns that I've read or received in that case. So Nayan Gupta, all right, have a nice day. All right, thank you. Benjamin Tavia, Kennedy Onyango, Asahine Miracle, and Isaac Idioba, thank you very much for the thumbs up on Facebook. And also thank you guys for the thumbs up on YouTube. Really appreciate it. It helps us a lot to grow the channel and to reach a lot of students across the country, across the continent, and most importantly, across the globe. So I'll catch you same time tomorrow as we continue with our discussion, and let's see how I can assist you in order for you to prepare well for your examination. Edu Jomo said, thanks, sir. Always a pleasure, Edu. And thanks very much for joining me. See you next week. Did I say next week? See you tomorrow, sorry. Tomorrow, God willing, I'll be coming your way. And we'll be dealing with specific issues tomorrow, God willing, solving some questions, discussing some specific issues. And then let's see how we're going to be going through that in that case. So thank you. And I'll catch you same time tomorrow. Bye-bye.